Hey guys, it's Amarine. Excuse me, I'm here for the FTM team. And I'm sorry that I have been gone. I had finals and exams, and personal shit. A lot of stuff. And so, I'm gonna do 3 topics this week. Yay! And the 3 topics are, school and, coming out at school, and then coming out / job, working stuff, and then being discriminated against. And those all sort of tie in together, but I'll try to keep them separate, sort of. So yeah. So I guess first, I don't know if this is like in order or not, but whatever. It's coming out at school / high school / college. So I never really came out at high school. Yeah, I didn't actually. I mean, I sort of knew in high school, as far as like knew the connection between me and like being transgender, but like I figured it out more in college. I did a weird college high school overlap thing, so that's why it's sort of hard to like discuss. But nobody at college really knew much about my gender identity. I mean, they saw me present, as, you know, pretty a masculine type person. I was very open about the fact that I had a girlfriend, and they all sort of assumed that I was a lesbian, I guess. I mean, I never told anyone I was a lesbian, because I never really identified as a lesbian, but they all sort of, I guess, assumed that, you know, or whatever. So yeah, that was that. And then in college, I came out, once it was sort of safe for me to do so, as far as like, you know, knowing just a bunch of stuff with like finances and things like that. I came out, that was good. And also once I figured everything out, like for sure, I came out fall semester. So in like August 2011 last year, I went ahead and wrote my professor's email saying, please use this name and these pronouns. This is why it's important to me that you do that. If you have any questions, or you don't think you can do this, or anything like that, please let me know. So we can talk about it. My college had actually, I think, right after I sent that email, or right before, they officially, like, as in like a week before or a week after, they officially adopted gender identity and expression into their non-discrimination policy. So I didn't know that though at the time. At that time, the last time I looked it up, they didn't have it in the policy. So I was like, and it's a very, you know, it's a liberal arts school. It's pretty open-minded, so there wasn't really, you know, tons of problems. It gets awkward because it's a pretty small school. There's only about 2,000 kids, and the first year I was there, people knew me as female, and I had long hair. I didn't present femininely, really, but that's what people knew me as. So it was sort of awkward, especially this one class, my physics major. There's a bunch of kids who just, like, didn't really get it. And then the teacher would kind of, like, call them out on it and yell at them, which in college is sort of an awkward thing to have happen. But it was okay, it was good, it was fine. She was trying to be nice and helpful. My professors actually were generally really good about it. And if they would mess up, I'd pretty much just be like, hey, what's going on? Or I'd, you know, say something. I had this one professor that, you know, he actually, he occasionally messes up, but the funny thing is, like, he'll occasionally use the wrong pronouns with anyone, or, like, the wrong name. He just sort of does that sometimes. But he knows it's important to me, so we joke around about it. Like, you know, we have a good relationship where I can sort of just, like, bring it up. And then the professors who, are people who occasionally say they use the wrong pronouns or name, and that's really awkward. Especially people that I had a class with before that I just, like, everyone sort of waves to each other, and it's generally a really friendly place. So, like, you know, they'll wave and call out to me, I'll just be like, I don't really have a chance to, like, tell you about this, but, so yeah, there was a weird thing. I had to go through, sort of a long, weird chain, because people didn't really, it hadn't been done often, so people really weren't sure how to do it as far as changing my gender marker and name. They were willing to do it, actually, without any letter from anyone, and without me having my legal information changed, which, given that it's a public school, was pretty lucky. Was possibly illegal, but was, pretty lucky. And, so it just took me really asking around, saying, okay, who are some queer-friendly professors that I can talk to about this, and they sent me to somebody else, who sent me to somebody else, who sent me to somebody else, and, I just had to sort of push for it, but I made it happen. As well as, and that changed the information, like, on my email and stuff, because that was outing me, which was weird. So, yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It was nice, you know, at least in college, it's nice sort of between semesters you know, you can just, I mean, I would do the thing where you go through your professors first. If you want to come out mid-semester, I mean, do that too. But that was easy for me because of that, the way I did that. And then job stuff, the job that I had before I during, technically, when I came out to most of my friends and stuff, because I came out to most of my friends and my family, sort of, well, my mom, during the spring 2011 semester, and I had a job that summer, and I'd had a job the winter break before that, where I was a host at a restaurant, and that sucked, because I really didn't feel safe coming out there. The people that work there, didn't really mind me being gay, having a girlfriend, didn't know / turned a blind eye to the fact that when my girlfriend started working there with me that we were dating, because that's not really supposed to, I mean, it happens, but it's not, like, really supposed to happen. So, I mean, you know, we were already dating, but whatever. But they were already sort of not, some people were sort of judgmental and not respectful about that to begin with. And I've heard them make really anti-trans comments and stuff, and I just would not feel comfortable or safe working there. It's a host, so it's a very, like, personal sort of job, which means people would be using, like, you know, they just keep fucking up with my name, or pronouns when telling people about me, and it would just be really, really awkward for everyone involved, and I have a strong feeling that my employers would be sort of not happy with having someone who in their mind is androgynous because they knew me as female, but now is presenting as male again. Like, they wouldn't really be comfortable with that. And I mean, my state doesn't have any laws preventing discrimination. I think that'd probably still keep me on, but it just it wouldn't be good, it wouldn't be comfortable. I didn't really like that job anyway. So I was lucky enough to find odd jobs, watching a friend's children, just doing odd stuff, helping somebody move recently, I did that, and then I actually applied for a job and just got it, so I can talk about this now, with another group who does not have gender identity or expression in their non-discrimination policy. But I actually applied as a camp counselor for this camp, and I did not think they were going, I applied for 2 positions. One was, it's sort of a summer, it's like nerd camp. It's for kids who want to go and, like, learn stuff during the summer. So for this, like, the school portion they have every day, I applied for, like, a teacher's assistant thing, a TA position. And then I applied also as a counselor. And I didn't think they'd hire me for a counselor because I had to tell them, here's my legal name and information. However, I identify as male and would want to be placed in a male hall, you know, because they separate the halls by gender, and be it's called an RA, like, kind of like in college, even though it's younger kids, with male kids. And so I thought they were just going to be like, no, we don't want a trans guy working with our kids, overnight in a hall with them, because that'd be weird and things could, you know, whatever. But they actually hired me, so that's really awesome. I'm really fortunate, and I'm very fortunate that they're willing to sort of work with me in my name change, and as I'm in the process of doing that now. I have a personal video on my channel if you want to look at that, but, they're willing to, like, work with that to change stuff on payroll and be really private about it. So I've been very fortunate overall with my jobs, and getting money, but I know it can be tough, and it can be really nerve-wracking to apply for jobs, especially when, like, you know, presenting in the binary is, like, you know, seen as a much more respectful and appropriate thing, you know, and people who do not do that are seen as alternative and sort of maybe not as respectable or professional, so that can really be a problem. And then discrimination, I mean, yeah, I've faced discrimination for being trans. Yes. Everything from, like, you know, little things like people giving me weird looks or making little comments, to people, you know, telling me religious stuff, people telling me I'm going to hell, whatever, that sort of thing, people saying they hate me. I mean, most of it's personal, so, like, employment-wise, I haven't really faced discrimination, mainly because I didn't go back to my old job and didn't come out there, and then school-wise, generally not. Yeah, so I've been lucky, like, that kind of discrimination I haven't faced, but, you know, legal stuff is still tough, and people are still difficult, so, yeah, alright, that's about it, and if you have any questions about those things, you can message me. Also, I talk more about them on my personal channel, so whatever. I hope you all are having a good week, and I'll be back next week, and cheers. Bye.